What's up, Cardinal fans and NFL fans in general? It's TRL with some more Cardinals news. And the Arizona Cardinals, after taking over a month to hire a head coach, they did not waste any time whatsoever in hiring a new offensive coordinator and a new defensive coordinator. Now, obviously, Vance Joseph is reportedly not going to be back with the Cardinals next season, which, to be honest, I kind of saw coming after the Jonathan Gannon hiring. I mean, a lot of teams that get a new head coach, they don't really keep the same coaching staff as well. They always have the head coach bring in their new coaches or whatever coaches they want to be alongside. So obviously, we knew, to be honest, I didn't think we were going to get a new defensive coordinator. I really didn't. I thought we were just going to get an offensive coordinator and Gannon would be the only guy doing the defense. But the Cardinals are hiring Nick Rallis as the defensive coordinator. He was with the Vikings before taking the linebackers role with the Philadelphia Eagles under Jonathan Gannon. And now he's the youngest coordinator in the league. I'm not just talking about defensive coordinator, like coordinator in general. He's the youngest. He's only 29 years old, which, to be honest, for me, that's kind of surprising. Now, obviously, the Eagles, until that Super Bowl, they had the best defense by far in the playoffs. And if it wasn't for the Niners, probably the best defense in the regular season, too. So, obviously, and at this point, we should have expected that with Jonathan Gannon coming from the Eagles, we were going to bring at least maybe a few coaches from the Eagles for, obviously I think Sean Jefferson's not coming back as the wide receivers coach as well. So we'll see what happens there. So I wouldn't be shocked if this is not the only coach Gannon brings from the Eagles. That's normally what a lot of new head coaches do. They just bring in coaches from the old team they used to coordinate on. So we got Nick Rallis. We'll see how it goes. Like I said with Jonathan Gannon as well, the best thing we can do is give these guys a chance, even if you don't really, think they'll be the right fit. That's honestly the best we can do going forward. But Nick Rallis becomes our defensive coordinator, the youngest coordinator in the league, and I think the youngest coordinator in NFL history, to be honest with you. I don't think there's a younger one. And to be honest, I thought it was surprising when Sean McVay got hired as a young head coach, but that's our defensive coordinator now, and we'll see how the new defensive scheme goes. Now, offensive coordinator, we hired Drew Petzing, who was on the Cleveland Browns as the quarterbacks and wide receivers coach for a short amount of time. Now, he also began his coaching career in Cleveland in 2013 as well. So I know what people are probably going to say. Oh, Deshaun Watson looked terrible when he came back. How is this a good hire? First off, Deshaun Watson was suspended for literally almost 2 years. He didn't play in literally that long of an amount of time. So for him being rusty coming back after almost a 2-year suspension is completely normal. So I don't understand why people just, assume that this is a bad hiring based off of the way Deshaun Watson looked after not playing for almost 2 years. And may I remind you, did you guys see the way Jacoby Brissett played in the first 12 games? I don't even think the Browns, I think they were at, a 500 record when they had Jacoby Brissett, if not close to a 500 record. Like, you guys forget, this guy, yes, he was a quarterback's coach, and he made Jacoby Brissett look pretty decent out there. And I heard from a couple Brown fans that he was able to improve Deshaun Watson's footwork when he came back as well, because he was looking a bit rusty as expected because he didn't play for that long. So my whole thing is, and this is why I sometimes just sometimes this is why I just don't understand why the fan base overreacts so much, but just don't base it off of the way Deshaun Watson played. And just, once again, I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. Give this guy a chance. Give all these guys a chance. We have a brand new coaching staff, which you guys should have expected as soon as we fired Kingsbury. This should have been expected. So my whole thing is, and to be honest, it's going to be a completely different way we run the team with a defensive-minded coach as our head coach now, going from a complete switch, and with our new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. And also, this guy was a top candidate. Drew Petzing was a top candidate to become the offensive coordinator. Nick Rallis, and I'll keep saying it. I did not think we were going to get a defensive coordinator, but since we did get one, I'm glad that we got one that worked with Jonathan Gannon literally a couple weeks ago. So that's where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, we'll see how it goes. But we'll see what Drew Petzing can do with Kyler Murray, and we'll see what Nick Rallis and Jonathan Gannon do with our defense. But let me know what you guys think about both of these hirings. Make sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts, and sub up if you're new to the channel. But with that being said, guys, I'm out. Have a great rest of your day. I'm gone.